With over 70 plans across 16 telcos, it may be hard to decide which is the best phone plan. That's why in this video, I'll be going through all the SIM-only plans to analyze criteria such as network coverage, available data, price, and additional features to help you decide which is the best plan for you. As a bonus, I've compiled all this info into this super detailed spreadsheet. Link down below, yeah? Also, do join my 9,000 members Telegram chat group to discuss or ask any questions that you may have. Alright, while there are many plans available, essentially all of them are just running on 4 networks: Singtel, StarHub, M1, and the Simba network. So what I did was to check out reports and reviews of these networks from various sources. The first report is from IMDA's nationwide outdoor service coverage for 4G networks in Q4 2023. This report found that Singtel was consistently giving the best coverage for all 3 months. It is then followed by StarHub, which had the second best coverage, then M1 and Simba, which came in 3rd place and 4th place. The second report is from OpenSignal's Mobile Network Experience Report, which came out in May 2024. This report looked at a few things, such as overall experience, 5G experience, coverage, consistency, and so on. And it found that both Singtel and StarHub had the highest availability of between 99.4% to 99.5%. Besides that, both Singtel and StarHub scored the highest in terms of consistent quality and reliability experience. So what this means is that telcos on both the Singtel and StarHub networks are able to reliably perform common network tasks, such as video calling, uploading an image, or watching a video without noticeable lags. Lastly, the third data is from Seedly, user reviews on SIM-only plans. And here, Zim Mobile had the highest rating at 4.9, followed by a number of telcos which had ratings of between 4.3 to 4.4, namely Gomo, Vivify, Giga, MyRepublic, and Red One. In summary, from this test, we can see that telcos which are on Singtel and StarHub networks tend to have better coverage as well as network experience, whereas telcos that are on M1 and Simba networks had slightly lower scores. So with that in mind, let's find out which are the best SIM-only plans accurate as of 6 June 2024. First, let's say you are someone who just wants the cheapest plan and you don't care too much about the data. In that case, here are the 3 cheapest plans. First, we have the 888GB plan, which runs on the StarHub network. While it is totally free, gives a whopping 88GB data and 1GB roaming to multiple countries, it is not exactly a real plan, as this plan only lasts for 88 days, after which you will be required to upgrade to other plans, which are equally awesome. However, the downside is that since this is a super new telco, there's no app for it yet. So if you want to renew or top up your plan, you will need to physically do it at their retailers or collection points. Plus, port-in is also not available yet, so you'll be getting a new number with 8 Mobile. The next cheapest plan is Simba Seniors, which only costs $5. With it, you will get 20GB data, 1GB international roaming, as well as 300 minutes talk time and 30 SMS a month. Plus, if you ever use up your 20GB data, you'll still be able to access the internet with their unlimited data, though at capped speed. As for the downside, this plan is using the Simba network, which may give a slightly lower performance. And of course, like what the name suggests, this plan is only for seniors who are aged 60 and above. Lastly, the third cheapest plan would be 01 Starter, which costs $7.06 and operates on the Singtel network. This plan comes with 6GB data, unlimited throttled data, and some minimum monthly talk time and SMS. However, the downside is that because of how little data it has, you are actually paying a rather high $1.18 per GB of data. In that case, it might be better to fork out a few more dollars to enjoy a much higher data. Quick pause. Did you know that Weibo has one of the most competitive pricing on the market? For the US market, during regular and extended hours, they are only charging a low fee of 0.025% of the trade amount, with a minimum of just 50 cents. And for overnight hours, they are charging 0.03% of the total trade amount, with a minimum of 89 cents. For the SGS markets, they are also charging a low fee of just 0.05% of the trade amount, with a minimum of $1.60. Or if you are a new user, you will get to enjoy commission-free trades for Singapore stock trading for 3 years. For the Hong Kong and China markets, they are charging 0.02% to 0.03% with a minimum of 12 Hong Kong dollars or 12 China yuan. And if you are an US options trader, you'll be glad to know that Webull is just charging 55 cents per contract with no minimum fee. Besides the low fee, for the US market, Webull also supports US fractional shares, which means you can start investing with as little as $5. And for the Singapore market, Webull supports odd lot order, which means instead of having to buy a minimum of 100 shares, you can buy just 1 share of eligible SGX stocks. This makes investing affordable to new investors. For Webull's latest welcome promo, if you use my exclusive link to sign up and fund, you can get up to $400 cash vouchers and up to 7% USD Moneybull per annum yield, capped at $100,000 for up to 180 days when you deposit and subscribe $100K to Moneybull. This promotion is eligible for new users only. But if you are an existing user, there's a new transfer in promo where there are 4 tiers and you can get anywhere between $50 to $1,500 trading vouchers when you fulfill the requirements. This is eligible for both new and existing users who have not transferred shares in before. So if you're interested in taking your investing to the next level, do sign up to Webull using my link down below. With that being said, let's get back to the video. Moving on, let's take a look at plans which have up to 100 GB data. To find the best, what I did was to sort the plans by data cost per 1 GB so that we'll get the best bang for our buck. Again, the cheapest plan would be 888 GB, but we'll just ignore that plan since it only lasts for 88 days. In that case, the next best value plan would be the newest plan by Z Mobile called Z Mobile Roam Smart. At $15.10, you get a base 100 GB data plus an additional 100 GB data for 12 months, and 8 GB roaming data to Malaysia, and a bonus 2 GB data to Malaysia for 12 months, a $90 Samsung Tab voucher, plus since I'm their affiliate, you will also get some bonus chance to win a Samsung watch when you use my code Kelvin to sign up to them. This plan is good if you need a ton of data in both Malaysia and Singapore. Then after the 12-month bonus data ends, you can either look out for the new promotion or just pay a $10.90 admin fee to downgrade to their cheaper plans. Next, we have plans that cost around $10 and come with 100 GB data. Personally, I would skip both Simba and Changi Mobile plans as they have weaker network coverage. Then, between the 01 plan and the SIM plan, they are almost identical, where you will get the same 100 GB data, some roaming data, and even the same talk time and SMS. But the main difference is that the 01 plan comes with unlimited throttle data if you exceed your 100 GB data limit, whereas the SIM Mobile plan waives off the subscription fee for the 3rd month, an extra $90 Samsung Tab voucher, and again, you can sign up to SIM Mobile using my code Kelvin to get some bonus chance to win the Samsung watch. Meanwhile, the Red One Perfect 10, which costs $10.90, allows you to call and SMS from Singapore to Malaysia numbers. This could be useful when you want to contact your friends or parents and they don't have internet access. And lastly, if you like to have unused data roll over to the next month, you can consider the GOMO 4G value plan, which has the data rollover feature. This plan costs a little more at $15.28, has 100 GB data plus an extra 150 GB data for 6 months, and has 1 GB roaming data to Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. Moving on, let's check out plans that have between 100 GB to 200 GB data. Again, we can sort this by data cost to find the best value plan. First, we have the 188 GB plan, which only costs $8, have 188 GB data and 8 GB roaming data to multiple countries. But again, the downside is that they currently don't support port-in and requires you to physically go to a store to top up your plan. Next, while the Simba and My Republic plan gives 200 GB, I would personally skip them as the coverage may not be good. Instead, I would consider the Heya plan, which only costs $10 but has 128 GB data rollover, and 1 GB data to Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia. Though, the downside of this plan is that there is no auto monthly subscription. So every time your 30 days is up, you will need to manually renew the plan via the app or at the physical outlet. Otherwise, if you need more data, the SIM Mobile Roam Smart plan would give you 100 GB base data and extra 100 GB data for 12 months and just costs $15.10. But if you want a plan that's more data permanently, you can check out the Vivify Beach 50 plan, which costs $18, comes with 200GB data, 1GB roaming data to Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. Or if you are worried that you might overrun your data, you can consider the 0150U one, which costs $18.22, has 150GB data and 1GB roaming data, and most importantly, has unlimited throttle data. Moving on, let's check out plans that have 200GB data or more. For this, there are two plans which offer 1TB worth of data. Though, in terms of price and coverage, I would prefer to go for the Giga 1TB plan, as it's cheaper at $28 and uses the StarHub network. Unused data can be rolled over for 2 months, capped at 1TB. So you can actually accumulate quite a lot of data when using this plan. Besides that, you will also get 6GB roaming data in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, India, and South Korea. So that's nice. But if you don't really need that much data, you can check out the 388GB plan, which only costs $18 and comes with 388GB and has 58GB roaming data in Malaysia. But again, the downside is that you are unable to port in your number and it currently only supports physical top-up. Otherwise, the Giga 400GB plan has a similar amount of 400GB data, costs $20.37 and comes with 4GB roaming in 5 countries, including Malaysia. Moving on, let's also check out the 5G plans. This is suitable if you're always gaming or streaming on the go and you need a plan that has a better speed. If we skip plans that are on the M1 network, the best value plan would be the GOMO 5G plan, which costs $25.46 and comes with 300GB data, supports data rollover, 3GB roaming data to Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand for 12 months, and has a $3.25 discount for 6 months. This is followed by the MyRepublic 5G Ultimate plan, which runs on the StarHub network. This plan costs $24.95, has 7GB data per day, after which you will have unlimited throttle data, 1GB roaming data to Malaysia and Indonesia for 6 months, some KKday vouchers, as well as Samsung mobile voucher. Likewise, the MyRepublic 5G Plus plan is also quite value for money. This plan costs $19.95, has 150GB data, unlimited throttle data, 1GB roaming data to Malaysia and Indonesia for 6 months, as well as a KKday voucher and Samsung mobile voucher. Last but not least, if you are someone who often travels to Malaysia to eat their good food, have relaxing staycations, and hopefully not steal their subsidized petrol, here are some of the plans that give you a decent amount of data roaming in Malaysia. First, the Circles Life 4G and 5G plan has 100GB data roaming to Malaysia. Though, these two plans are rather expensive at over $30+. So, if you want better value plans, you can check out the Giga 1TB plan, which has 6GB data roaming to Malaysia, 8 188GB plan, and 8 388GB plan, which has 8GB roaming data, as well as Zim Mobile Roam Smart, which has a base 8GB roaming data and an additional 2GB roaming data for 12 months. So that was a quick comparison of the best SIM-only plans. Hopefully, now you have a clearer picture on which is the best plan you should go for. Like, share and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday.